What's up, everybody? I'm Dave. I'm an alcoholic addict. Yeah, what an honor and privilege it is to be here and to be asked to just share the stage with these gentlemen. What an honor! But I was asked to pick a topic to speak on, and after racking my brain around it, I came to the conclusion that I'm always harping on people on. Give up your will, give up your will. So I'm like, well, it's a no-brainer. So I'm just going to share with you a little bit about my history and how that looked and how it's where I'm at now with that. So, I started drinking and smoking weed at a late teens. I got out of high school. I've always had that serving heart and joined the Coast Guard to help people. And in the military, the drinking and drugging really started taking off there. And so after the military, I became an EMT, fireman, and to eventually become a paramedic. I worked there for 10 years, dive rescue team, CPR instructor, and closet junkie. And had sole custody of my children, had my own house, but I'm serving people. I'm running on my will alone, and through the addiction, losing the career, losing the house, losing the kids, to living behind a dumpster, homeless, and still thinking that all I need is to go to detox, because I just don't want to be sick, right? Because I'm still going to use. I just don't need to be sick. I can control this thing. I got this. And, after just getting worse and overdoses around me and losing people and having my own incidents, I had the opportunity to come to Transformations. And, I was walking down the hall. I didn't even know that they had this VA first responders program, because I was so full of guilt and shame of having had the life beyond my wildest dreams, right? Successful career, had my kids and all that. So just shunned within my own misery, just fueled the addiction, and popped in, and I was like, okay, there's other people within that realm as myself. And through, doing the Christian track program here, they were able to take my hand and put it in the God's hand. And I was able to give my will up to God, right? What does that look like for me? So I am a fear, anxiety, riddled person. And what's the opposite of fear? Faith. And when I'm being fearful, I'm not having faith, and I'm not giving my will up, and I'm falling into that old trap, running in that same cul-de-sac. But the difference is that when I realize it, and I pray, and I serve, and I love others as we're called to, as we're loved, that it changes everything. And, it's amazing how through all of this, the life beyond my wildest dreams is not driven on any kind of monetary value. Right out of rehab, it's like, I got to get back into my career. I got to make money. I got to get back to success. I'm sure somebody in here can relate to that. But at some point, when I really realized, and I tapped out, and I'm like, all right, it's your will, not mine. And now, this person who wanted to serve others his entire life in this world that I never thought I would be a part of is happier than I've ever been in my entire life to just love someone right where they're at and to place their hand in God's hand and see the magic happen. And that is the most rewarding thing, other than my kids, that I've ever had the chance to experience in my entire life. And, I guess my message would be to those who get so caught up in you know, the loss, the wanting to get back in, the guilt and the shame. I mean, I don't want to say it gets better. It's what better is to you will change, and that's where you're going to find your true happiness. And with that, you know, if anybody wants to seek me after and find out what that looks like for me and my faith, you're more than welcome to. I love you all, man.